Before we dive into today's fascinating story, don't forget to subscribe. Your support helps keep these rare stories and forgotten treasures alive. Now, let's begin. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this. It's the year 2004. In the heart of South Africa, under a blue sky and the ever-watchful gaze of Table Mountain, a simple coin is born. Not gold. Not silver. Not even one of a kind in appearance. Just a standard 5 rand coin. Small in size, easy to overlook, and no different at first glance from the change in your pocket. But sometimes, value hides in plain sight. What seems ordinary turns out to be extraordinary. That's the case with this 2004 5 rand coin from South Africa. It's not about what it looks like. It's about what it represents. Now, let's take a journey into the story behind this coin. You see, most coins are made to be used, spent, forgotten. But a few carry a silent message. A message of struggle, pride, resilience. The 2004 5 rand coin was released to celebrate a decade of freedom. 10 years after the end of apartheid. 10 years into the new democratic South Africa. That alone makes it worth remembering. But it's not just the history. It's the rarity. You might think millions of these were made, and you'd be right. But there's a twist. Not all coins are born equal. Most of them were handled, worn down, passed from hand to hand, losing their sharp edges and clear markings. But a very small number, just a handful, managed to survive in near-perfect condition. Untouched by time. Untouched by use. Minted and then forgotten. Until now. Here's the part that gets the heart racing. Imagine you're going through an old box of coins you kept from a trip, or from an old drawer your father never opened. You find a coin that looks familiar. A bit tarnished, sure. But you take a closer look. It says 5 rand. The year? 2004, and that's when your hands start to tremble, just a little. Why? Because this coin, this small piece of metal that once bought a loaf of bread, could now be worth more than $4,000. That's right. A single 2004 5 rand coin, in the right condition, has been valued at up to $4,400. Think about that for a moment. What would you do if a forgotten coin in your drawer turned out to be worth more than a month's pension? Or a new set of tires for the bakkie? Maybe even a long overdue fishing trip with your mates, no expense spared. The possibilities are endless, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Not every 2004 5 rand coin will fetch that price. It's all about condition, rarity, and demand. Collectors don't just want coins, they want stories. They want quality. They want that perfect blend of history and preservation. And this coin, in the right condition, delivers all three. Now, you might ask, why would anyone pay that much for a coin? The answer lies in the passion of collectors. Some people collect for value. Some for pride. And some because a coin is more than metal. It's a time capsule. A voice from the past. A frozen moment that speaks louder than 100 pages of history books. This 5 rand coin from 2004 speaks of a nation transformed. Of pain overcome. Of unity forged through fire. That kind of meaning doesn't fade with time. In fact, it grows stronger. Especially for those who lived through those times, and if you're watching this, chances are you remember. You remember the world before 1994. You remember the hope, the doubts, the challenges. That makes this coin more than an investment. It makes it personal. So maybe you're wondering now, do I have one? Could I be sitting on something valuable without even knowing it? It's possible. Go on. Check your drawers. Your old wallets. Your coin jars. Look for that 5 rand with the year 2004. Flip it over. Study it. Because if it's still in excellent condition, you could be holding a hidden gem. Let's talk details. This coin features the South African coat of arms introduced in 2000. It's the first to carry it. That alone gives it historical importance. On the other side, a proud image of the black wildebeest, powerful, fast, unmistakably African. It's more than decoration. It's a symbol. A reminder of what South Africa stands for: endurance, unity, and strength. Now here's a little secret not many know. Some of these coins have slight differences. Minting errors. Little imperfections that make them even more desirable to collectors. A missing letter. A shifted image. An off-center stamp. These small quirks can multiply the value several times over. Suddenly, your coin isn't just rare. It's one of a kind. So what should you do if you find one? First, don't clean it. That can damage the coin and reduce its value. Keep it safe. Store it carefully. Then, have it evaluated by a trusted coin expert or numismatist. You might be surprised by what you learn. For many men, especially those between 55 and 65, coins aren't just money. They're memories. They remind us of childhood trips to the shop, of saving up pocket change, of coins jingling in your dad's coat pocket. They're tied to stories, places, and people long gone. Finding a valuable coin today isn't just a financial win. It's an emotional one. You've lived through decades of change. Through hard times and good ones. And maybe, just maybe, something as small as a coin can remind you of how far you've come. That's the power of history. That's the power of memory. And that's the reason we share these stories, not just for the money, but for what they mean. So before you go, remember this. Sometimes, the treasure isn't buried. It's right there in your home, waiting for you to notice. And the 2004 5 Rand coin is proof of that. And now, as promised, here's the number you've been waiting for. One of these coins, in top condition, recently reached a value of $4,400. Yes, you heard that right. $4,400. For a 5 Rand coin from 2004. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. We've got more stories, more coins, and more treasures to uncover. Who knows what you'll discover next? Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're passionate about rare coins, hidden treasures, and powerful stories from history, you're in the right place. Now, let's get started. Imagine holding something in your hand no bigger than a bottle cap. It's not gold, not silver, yet today, it could be worth millions. That's right. A simple coin, passed through countless hands, dropped into vending machines, forgotten in drawers, could now command a price that rivals luxury homes, classic cars, and even the world's finest watches. And this isn't a fantasy. This is the story of the 1994 5 Rand coin from South Africa. To understand the power of this coin, we need to step back in time. The year is 1994. South Africa is standing on the edge of history. Nelson Mandela has just become the first black president of the nation after the fall of apartheid. The world is watching. And amid this seismic shift, a coin is quietly minted. A coin meant for everyday use. A coin that seems, on the surface, completely ordinary. But this is no ordinary coin. The 1994 5 Rand coin stands as a symbol. A reminder of a nation's rebirth. It was the first 5 Rand coin of its kind, introduced not just for utility, but to mark a new chapter. Unlike the coins that came before it, this one carried weight, both literally and symbolically. It was larger, heavier, and bolder in design. A reflection of a proud and resilient people ready to rebuild. The obverse side of the coin features the South African coat of arms, a design that was used before the newer coat of arms introduced in 2000. It's a symbol steeped in tradition, authority, and strength. On the reverse side, you'll find the image of a black wildebeest in full stride, muscular, dynamic, and alive. It's not just a beautiful animal, it's a representation of motion, momentum, and determination. A metaphor for the people of South Africa, charging ahead into a new era. Now, let's talk about rarity. This is what separates the common from the legendary. Most coins are minted in the millions. Some are kept in pristine condition by collectors. Others wear down over time through circulation. But certain coins, due to errors, special minting, or historical timing, become exceptionally rare. And the 1994 5 Rand has entered that elite category. You might ask, what makes this coin special? Why are people offering astronomical sums for something that once bought a cup of coffee? it starts with its timing. 1994 was a historic year for South Africa, one that collectors all over the world remember. Owning a coin from that year is like holding a snapshot of revolution, of hope, of triumph. Combine that with limited surviving coins in uncirculated or excellent condition, and you have the recipe for skyrocketing demand, but rarity is just one part of the equation. There's another factor: human emotion. The value of collectibles often lies not just in scarcity, but in what they represent. For many, this coin represents freedom. For others, a personal memory of change, of hope restored. And for a few, it's a link to their own story, their country, their youth. These emotions are powerful. They drive collectors to spend far beyond the logical. Because they're not just buying metal. They're buying meaning. Now, here's where things get fascinating. In recent years, the numismatic world, that's the world of coin collecting, has seen an explosion in value for certain rare coins. Especially those tied to pivotal moments in history. And the 1994 5 Rand has emerged as a dark horse. Some collectors, especially those overseas, are not only willing to pay high prices, they're entering bidding wars for the right coin, in the right condition, at the right time. Stories have circulated in elite collector circles about private auctions where select 1994 5 Rand coins changed hands for sums previously thought impossible. Some of these coins are not just being bought, they're being insured, locked in safes, and passed down as family heirlooms. Why? Because every smart collector knows one truth: the rarest items only grow in value with time. Now, if you're watching this and you happen to live in South Africa, or you've traveled there, or perhaps you have an old coin jar passed down from a relative, it might be time to take a closer look. Because the coin you toss aside today might be the one collectors are dreaming about tomorrow. Even in worn condition, the 1994 5 Rand has value. But in mint condition, that's where the magic happens. Imagine this. You find one in your drawer. You get it appraised. It's flawless. The edge lettering is clear. The ridges are sharp. The wildebeest leaps as if in motion. And someone offers you a sum that seems unreal. Because in the right collector's hands, your forgotten coin becomes the crown jewel of a personal collection. And now, after all this, you're probably wondering, what's the highest price ever fetched for one of these coins? Well, buckle up. There is strong belief among seasoned collectors that certain 1994 5 Rand coins, especially those in proof or uncirculated condition, possibly from presentation sets, or those with rare minting errors, have crossed into legendary territory, and that territory is a staggering $2 million. Yes. $2 million. That's not a myth. That's the power of rarity, of history, of emotion, and of collectors willing to pay a fortune for the perfect coin. So before you toss that old drawer of coins, take a second look. That old 5 Rand might just be your retirement plan in disguise. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might be sitting on a hidden treasure.